When was your last fight? Because I do time flies as we get older.
Been like 4 or 5 years now.
And you're officially
it's been a little while.
Retired?
Yeah, I would maybe come back for like a one-off, but it would have to be. I'm not trying to win a world title or anything. You have to be just so laser. I still train with like elite guys and do good, but it's just you have to have the mental capacity too. My last fight I lost, and I felt like I wasn't willing to die, and like and that's when I realized I shouldn't be fighting if I'm not willing to die out there, because it's like in Henderson, I was willing to die. So that fight, I'm like, I kind of bitched out a little bit. I didn't have that, I'm going to kill this fucker when I got cracked.
That's so funny you said that, because one of the reasons, I had a health thing, but I had blood clots because I had something, but an issue, but I took care of. But before that, I remember I was leaving the house and I had me and my wife were going to go walk to a park that was near our house with my 2 kids. And I heard a fighter mention my name about fighting me next to something. I can't even remember who it was. And I remember in the past, I would take it always personal, which was a good thing, and be like, oh yeah, you're going to regret this motherfucker. Yeah. You're going to regret it, you cocksucker. Mm-hmm. But then I'm like, I didn't give a fuck. It didn't bother me. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to the park with my kid. And then I'm like, that's not a good thing.
Oh,
that's not a good
sign.
sign.
You have to pay attention to these signs.
Yeah. And that's what the younger generation should, but I didn't know any other way. I'm like, and then how did it feel for you? I think you asked me earlier. How did it feel for you to finally walk away? And
it's devastating almost, and like because our whole identity is based off of being a fighter, and I thought I was gonna like lose that. I'm still known as the fighter, but I thought I wasn't gonna be the fighter anymore. And it's like that's who I am, and your whole identity, and you have to walk away from all I've known for 20 years. It's the hardest thing I ever did. It's just like I probably fought a couple extra years I shouldn't have been fighting because it's just like I can't. This is all I know. You get to call the fight, you have your objective, and that's the mission for the next 2 to 3 months. Afterwards, you relax. It's living a rock star life. Yeah, it's just
maybe not getting the rock star money all the time, but
it's fucking pretty great. And the money got pretty good towards the end. I was getting paid pretty fucking good.
There you go. That doesn't hurt because it's something you do for free, and now we're getting paid. It's almost like this is too good. Dream job.
It's just I loved it, and it's just. But then I had lost kind of love for it, and I'm like, but then I still loved, I still wanted that fighter lifestyle, but I adapted, some fighters don't, came out at the podcast, which is, you have to, as men, we have to be focused on like some type of work. You have to have, like, why are you getting up every day? Like that type of thing. And you got to get some kind of routine. I literally feel my day-to-day happiness is more important than anything. Like we're both so lucky. We were talking about this coming over, then we said, for us both to shut up because we were having too good of a conversation, is that we're so fortunate to be living the lives we're living after fighting. Don't you feel? No, it's crazy. We've lived such amazing lives, and we're still healthy. I don't want to talk too much to my family, but have like, people that love us, and like we made it through a crazy like rock style life, and now we're still respected everywhere we go. We have these big communities. I have people like you, haven't talked to in a couple of years, but we still have this big brotherhood we built through fighting. Like the brotherhood is unreal, right? Like I have people all around the world that are friends. From guys that you fought, from guys that we've been around each other because we've been around the UFC for so long. The game, I mean, it's like 2001, 2002, 2000. This is back in the day, and some guys, a lot of guys came in after us and left before us, and they're not relevant at all. I'm not shitting on we
them.
had long run. My entire crew did. They called it the Scrap Pack. Me, Gil Melendez, Nate Diaz, and Nick Diaz. We all had like 20-year careers, and a lot of guys come in 2 or 3 years out. I think something to the length of your career says a lot too. Are you able to stay? You're going to have better and worse times, but are you able to stay really fucking good for 20 years? That's not easy to do. You have to be. The sport evolved so much through my time, and I stayed, elite. Oh shit, yeah, man. I mean, when I think about guys afterwards, when we first started, it wasn't like a CTE scare or, this is safer than boxing, which I still think it is. I think it's safer than boxing. 100%. 100%. But we're seeing some, I'm not mentioning names, but we're seeing some casualties. Guys that their head's not all there. Guys that just, the shots did add up. Or to a lesser degree, guys that take a 9-to-5 job that they do not want. So sad, right? Like, and I'm not, and you do what you got to do. No, you got to do what you do, but it's still sad to see if you live a rock star lifestyle than if you have to go work a regular job. Thankfully, most of my close friends are doing really well, but that's like a rough like life. And not nothing as a job, but to go from like the superstar like fighter to working a job, that's a fucking tough transition. It is, and then it's like
you had such a happy life, and it's like the opposite. Now you're starting a 20-year career. And I don't want to depress any fighters out there that are doing a 9 to 5, because some guys love it. Gian Vellante, he went from John Vellante. He's buddies with Chris Weidman. He was fighting out of Belmore, but he'd hang out a lot with Serra guys. He's our guy too. We love him. You know, he's I think he might work for the town now, but he's also like a football coach. He was a gym teacher.
Working is great. It's just finding something that you love to do.
That's the thing.
Like Quinta, isn't he like a big real estate guy? Al.
Oh, Quinta's got the
working is a good thing.
Number one,
make sure that you're doing
real estate agent on Long Island.
But finding work that's like rewarding. But having the fame makes it easier to get connections. So guys have to learn to use your network to it makes it easier to fucking put things together and put deals together.
That's what they say. The kids nowadays say you're building your brand. I don't fucking know. Listen, I love that I'm fucking doing this. I'm having like my life now, like my audience knows, is just jiu-jitsu. I teach, I'm at my school. Why I'm not a fat guy? Because we didn't have, when you get done, after the 6 months post-retirement, all right, now I got my schools running. I can show up anytime and teach. Yeah. I make it a point Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm there at fucking 6 a.m.
So you teach a lot. That's great.
Yeah, because it keeps me.
Because you have to, because otherwise you go into depression. The first year was hard on me because that's when COVID hit, and it was brutal, bro. It was, they radicalized me with like, they closed down the country, and then I retired from fighting. So I had nothing to do. What am I supposed to do?